All right, so today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to go over cleaning this Chick-fil-A and kind of do a job recap and just kind of show you how I do things. Wait a minute. How long did that really take? I mean, I just did it really quick. Hold on. We got to take this back. All right, so I've seen tons of videos like this on YouTube, and they're really awesome. They're very satisfying to watch, but they don't give an actual idea of how long it actually takes to clean a driveway or many other surfaces. So in this video, I want to break down how long it takes me to actually clean with the equipment that I have, and basically give you an idea of how long a project could take you. Let's get into the video. All right, John here with Power Clean Pressure Wash, and today, like I said, we're going to be getting into how long it actually takes to clean a driveway, and I'm going to show you a project that I do on a every other week basis. So this is a real project that my company does, and yeah, I'm going to basically run you through it. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about my setup. I have a 4 gallon a minute pressure washer. It's a belt drive pressure washer. I have a buffer tank, 55 gallons, and it's just so that I can, move and do demos and things like that. I don't really need a buffer tank, but I like to have one depending on the water supply. If it's only like 2 gallons, 3 gallons, something like that. But I don't run into that much here. So it's just mainly something to have. And then also I have a soft wash system, which the buffer tank allows me to do blends. So it just works out really nicely. As far as my surface cleaner, I'm using a BE 20-inch Whirl Away surface cleaner. This thing's awesome. I'm using, I think it's 25-degree tips, 2-gallon orifices tips. Now they say for every 4 inches of surface cleaner, you want to have 1 gallon of pressure washer or GPM on your pressure washer. So technically I'm underpowering this thing because 4 times 4 equals 16. I'm using a 20-inch. So to compensate for that a little bit, I typically do one pass and then I do another pass afterwards, even on flat work, just to make sure that it's done correctly. And I'll show you kind of how I do that in the video. All right, we're gonna get right into it. And this is a first person view of me using my surface cleaner. Now, what you'll see is I try to line up the surface cleaner with the half of it on the clean side and half of it on the dirty side, and I move it slowly and I inch it forwards nice and slow, smooth motion, and I bring it all the way up. I try to use stopping points, so there's breaks in the concrete. I'll use those as a stopping point, and I'll also pass that stopping point just a bit, about half of the surface cleaner. And again, you see I'm lining up that middle with the surface cleaner and I'm bringing it back in a very smooth, very slow motion. I'm not going fast. Now, on average, it takes me about, to move the surface cleaner 20 inches, so the diameter of the surface cleaner is 20 inches. To move it 20 inches, I try to keep it at about 3 seconds. About 3 seconds. That gives me that peace of mind that the area is nice and clean, thoroughly washed. With better equipment, if I went with a 5-gallon or 6-gallon or 8-gallon, I might be able to get away with it going a little bit faster, maybe every 2 seconds, but I try to give every 3 seconds. Then what you'll see is I will rinse this off just so that you can see how clean it's getting with the surface cleaner. On the left hand side, it's absolutely dirty. Then on the right hand side, it's clean. I'm using cold water, guys. I know I should be using hot water, but this is the system that I have set up, and you'll see on the left it's dirty, on the right nice and clean. And I'm using the ball valve to kind of rinse things off. If you don't do that, you should definitely do that. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is if you go too fast. So this is covering it at about every 1 to 2 seconds. So this is just trying to bust through it. And I want to show you what the concrete actually looks like if you go too fast. I see this all the time. I show up to jobs and somebody else is pressure washed, or I'm just somewhere else and I see somebody else, do this, and I can immediately tell what it is. So this is me going too fast, just trying to knock the job out, and then then you rinse it off and you're left with these streaks, and you'll see them right here. These streaks right here are just ugly. They make the property look horrible, and the surface cleaner basically just doesn't have enough time to clean. It just doesn't have enough time to clean. It's not getting a thorough enough clean. So on the left hand side, you're seeing those streaks because I was moving fast every 1 to 2 seconds. And then on the right hand side, I was taking my time, taking about 3 seconds to clean, and I'm doing a double pass on it as well. Now, of course, something that helps this is a pre-treat, post-treat, degreaser, things like that. I do a degreaser on this property. We charge a very small amount for this property because it was one of the first properties that I got, and I'm very grateful for them for giving me a really good start. So there's not a lot in the budget to use a lot of treatment. Treatment out here is very expensive, but yeah. So if I'm moving my surface cleaner 20 inches every 3 seconds and I'm doing a double pass, that means every 20 inches squared, or 20 square inches, it takes me about 6 seconds to clean. I know that's a lot of time, but I'm just making sure it's done correctly. And I know I don't super need to do a double pass, but again, I like to make sure that the job is done correctly, take my time, and I charge for my time too. So I'm not super concerned about, you know, it taking forever. I want it to be done right. I want it to look super clean for the customer. Now, if we extrapolate that, that's for every minute we're talking about, I'm able to clean about 200 square inches, and every hour I'm able to clean about 12,000 square inches. Now, nobody measures things in square inches, they measure things in feet. 12,000 square inches divided by 12 inches to get feet equals 1,000 feet. So basically, with flat work concrete, I'm able to do about 1,000 feet per hour. I know that's not a ton of concrete per hour, but that is the pace that I like to move. That is the pace that I like my equipment to move. That is the pace that I like to get jobs done, and I charge based on that. I charge based on that. That also tells me about how much time it's going to take me. So if we look at a Google map of this property, you will see that this property down here, the total distance, so the total like area of this is about 4,500 square feet. So based on my formula, I know that every hour I can clean about 1,000 square feet. So this property should take me about 4.5 hours, which is right around what it does take me. Now, some areas I move a little faster. I'm able to sometimes let some of the treatment work a little bit for me. This is just an average pace. So I'm somewhere between 4 and 5 hours for this property, usually on the lower end, closer to about 4 hours for this property. But that's pretty spot on accurate for it, and that's how I charge and everything. Now, my company charges about $100 to $150 per hour for cleaning, so this property would be somewhere in the ballpark between $400 and $500 to bid and clean for this customer. Now, where I get that $100 number from, that's going to be in a different video a little bit later, where I'm going to explain the cost of scaling or a scalable business model. You're not just charging for your time, you're not just charging for gas, you're not just charging for SH or degrease or whatever. You're charging for everything. You're charging for the secretary that's going to have to answer the phone, the marketing company that's going to have to do the ads and everything, your equipment when it fails, your O-rings, your tips, everything that you could think of. Let's say you have to take a week off for vacation. You've got to build that into your pricing. All those things that it takes to run a business, it needs to be put into the cost of scale. And we'll get into those things a little bit later, but that's what I wanted to go over into this video. Instead of having a sped up, recap of how to clean a property, which you guys have seen 1,000 times, and I know I enjoy watching those videos. There's a lot of great content creators out there that are doing those videos, and I'd like to do some more of those in the future, but right now I want to focus on the business aspect of it. So that's basically it for me. For a 4-gallon a minute pressure washer and a 20-inch surface cleaner, I'm able to clean about 1,000 square feet per per hour. That's the comfortable pace for me. And when I'm out there bidding jobs, I'm using Google Maps. I'm using the little measuring tool that's built right into Google Maps, absolutely free. And I'm able to outline the property, and I can see how long it's going to take me, and I can get a good estimate of basically how long it's going to take me. If that's only if it's flat work. If it's aggregate, I add on for turbo nozzling and any other things that I need to do. If there's a lot of curbs, I try to charge for curbing, you know, because you have to go behind it with a wand or a turbo nozzle or something like that to get all the curbs. So yeah, basically that's my pricing model. That's how I work things, and that's how I get all of this done. Either way, if you like more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like. Also, comment below, how do you do your bidding? And also, how long does it take you to do 1,000 square feet? Am I very far below you, or are you very far ahead of me? Very curious to hear what other people, how long it takes for other people to get 1,000 square feet, or how many square feet do you do an hour? What was your maximum? I don't know what my maximum was. Either way, I still like to move at the pace that I like to move. I don't like to move too fast. I don't like to move too slow. I like to move at a good speed that gets the property clean, and it's going to be satisfying. I only have to do, you know, the passes that I know how to do, and I can easily calculate my jobs. Either way, guys, thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.